Hello everybody, Messageri here with RLS Career Mode, BeamNG, episode 5. And today's episode, I wanted to try and take a look. Actually, we'll let her idle for just a second. I'm going to take a look and see. We're going to go ahead and get some fuel in the car, but I'm wondering if we can get ourselves a T-Series and start doing some trailer missions, maybe, something like that. Let's take a look here. This always takes a moment to load everything because there is so many options. So we can look for T-Series, T-S, and that should show some here. Got an upfit frame. We got a base there that's 130,000. Long haul's 140. So we need a little bit more money before we can really think about doing it. So we'll have to start with filling up the car, probably tackling a few more of the time trial missions just to get us the money. Then get into the T-Series and do that from there. So we're going to go ahead, head on down this way. Always a car coming over that hill when I come out. I was hoping I'd get him to slow down or something, but no, it did not work. Yeah, it's 30 miles an hour here. I just had a little bit of a random thought here. We got the phone in here, right? There's an app that I use, and I won't really go into too much detail, but essentially it looks at gas prices in here. What if in the phone we could get something like that? Little app that'll show us like what gas prices are at different gas stations, so we can go to a cheapest one. I think that'd be a pretty cool idea to have in there. As far as how that would work, I'm not sure. Maybe once it's opened, the app itself, it pulls where the locations are and what their data values are or something. I don't think it'd be too difficult to get the back end of it running. Just the user interface side maybe a little bit difficult there. There we are. Of course, we got our $3,941 a gallon. Our apocalyptic pricing here, so it'd be a little bit expensive. We got a 13.2 gallon tank. We were down to about a quarter tank, so probably close to like 10 gallons worth in here. Tell us how many gallons we put in, or if that screen would work or something, you know, kind of like they do in real life. Maybe someday in the future, never know. $419.09. Oh, okay. I guess we had to pay that. And it paused the game on us. Interesting. So now we're going to go on to the map. We got to do a few time trials. I got to get up to about 150,000 credits is what I would say to be comfy-ish. Not necessarily anything too insane there. So down in here, no, down in here, yes, we got a good few. So we got mixed marathon. Ooh, that one looks like it could be pretty good. 12,500 credits. If we get this one done, we're going for it. Yeah. I don't know if this is something new or not. I can't recall for sure if I've seen that, so. Up over there. It kind of wants us to go in through town and everything. I think we'll go up and over the intersection over here. I think we're good to be in this lane. We'll probably get ahead a little bit. Got the new wagon up ahead of us here. Right, alright. All white though. I don't know if I like that necessarily for the coloring. No need to stop there to go left. A little bit of a drive to get on over here. Just gonna go ahead and push through that red light though. Up to 50 here, but I kind of want to keep things a little bit more relaxed with the car so we don't push too hard. Squealing back there. What is going on? Oh, looks like the sunburst there has had a little bit of an accident or something, and it's really dragging something. I was just curious. I was like, I didn't hear any impact. Just squealing. All right, mixed marathons. So 2.5, 3.75, and 6.25 thousand credits for each. So yeah, that's a 12,500 total. And yeah, we get the sunburst there. What else does it give us for options? Just our vehicle. So if it was better, I would say yes, but we're gonna go ahead and take the sunburst. I think it'll be all right. I just gotta mind that I shouldn't push myself too hard, but otherwise I think we'll be okay. So let's see, we are sport mode. We have diff lock, manual, and auto. We're gonna go with the auto. We're gonna leave it there. We're gonna make sure we're in sport mode. I do want to put on headlights and fog lights just for the sake of having a little light there. Down a little bit on power for being able to do some of the high-speed cornering maneuvers. Trying to take the shorter path here. We want to kick it out though as we come on into this. Got more traction than I was anticipating, that is for sure. Thinking we were going to turn there for a second, but it looks like no, just going up and over that. Oh, this one we have done before. I do recall now. Caught a little bit of air, didn't mean to do that. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh my gosh. Everywhere on that, just a bouncing around. That would have been great to have a replay running for. don't think our steering really got messed up too much. There's a teeny bit of a pull to the left, but that's about it. Much easier to handle this car though, going at these speeds now with the differential mode the way it is. Wonder how our time's gonna be here. Gotta do another whole lap here. I almost do think having the traction control off may end up running better here, because it seems to be fighting me a good bit. So we're gonna go ahead and hit Control Q to toggle that off real quick. A little bit later on the braking there, still too early. I'm still got plenty of room to churn, so we're gonna try to be a little bit late here as well to improve our time. It went just a little bit faster through that. Swing it all the way on out over here. Watch the pushes. Almost went over on the outside there. Want to watch this a little bit. There we go. It's a little bit better there. Close to that tree. Definitely kind of all over the place though. They got one more lap to do after that. Holy cow, they really got us running through this, don't they? Just caught some air there that ruined it. Oh, yep. Well, it was going great. Our best lap was 2 minutes, 1.15, which, if we were to do the math, that's going to be our second lap, but that would definitely put us well under 6:45 on that. So I don't know if they changed the time from the last, because they did the update on here, but 6 minutes, 45 seconds, 5 seconds at most for penalty time. Give it another shot. No traction control throughout here. That works a little bit better in the launch. I like that. Definitely wouldn't hurt for this thing to have a little bit more suspension travel, but not necessarily in a rally car here. Very smooth there though, a little bit of a slide, and maybe lost a little time on that, but style points over the time, right? There we go. That was almost perfect. I had to do a light lift there in the middle. Slide around through that. That was a lot better. Watch here. Does it bounce a bit? Yep. On the brakes the whole time, but not going to work quite there. Car, we can probably still make up the time here if I had to be imagining on that, right? I think we'll still be able to make her though. We'll watch it bumpy through here. flying around everywhere with that section. Really got to put faith into that differential, that center enough differential, giving me the right options and the right traction here. Touch of braking right there just to make sure we stay on the ground. I think that worked out pretty good there. We're not bouncing so much. We got a little bit of swirly in the rear there. A little bit of braking right here. We're going to slow that down. Yep. That bump. Perfect. Perfect. Went a lot better here. Towards the outside and then cut on through. Early on the braking, so it's going to cut it there. Braking is doing very well here with the car, though. I think that center differential is helping too. Honestly, it almost feels like there's something special about it that way. A little bit better, yeah, so we got to wait until after the curb. I think that really helps. Otherwise, we're just losing too much traction and cornering ability there. Catching that little bit of air. Off the throttle there seems to really help smooth things out. A little bit of air as we come up, hard on the brake. Gonna hit a tire or two. I think we'll be all right. Oh, we got some bent steering. It's gonna be really hard in the off-road and here. Yeah, here too. That was our rear left tire got bent, I think. Maybe our front left. It's hard to say because we hit that front end there, but it might have been our front left that was messed up. It felt like it was pulling pretty hard to the right. And we're doing so good, getting so close to having good times, and then just a little hiccup there. Catch our style points right onto that. And we'll kind of stick to the outside here to tuck it on in. Holding the throttle so it helps us kind of push that rear end. Being an all-wheel drive, it should do that a little bit. Differential. There we go. Lighten up on the braking as we begin to corner. That was perfect. Could have been just a hair sooner on the braking, but really hard to nail that perfect without knowing this course very, very well. Slowly getting better at it. That's the good news. Go. Smooth. Keep those wheels to the ground here. Very nice right there. A little bit of style points, I'd say. Hang that rear end out a little bit. Work it through. Lost a window from the impact of something there, but steering seems okay, so we're fine. Heading on into lap 2 finally. Now this is the one where I keep messing up. Seems like I'm doing great here. A bit easier into there. I think with the tire thermals mod, that's where the issue's kind of coming into where I'm losing traction in the second lap because of the tire heat. I can't say for sure though. These are most likely just super sports or sports or whatever there. Sport plus 2R maybe. I'm not sure exactly what tires we might be running here. They're pretty grippy though overall. Again, we're gonna park as far to the left. Again, braking about at the corner point right there. It's a little bit on the early side, but checkpoint seems to be about the ideal spot to actually brake there. Depends on how much speed you carry into it though as well. Got windshield from that impact. Oof. That'd give you a headache, that's for sure. Alright. Now we gotta brake a little bit there. There we go, that differential really helping us out in that corner there. I can feel it kind of, this thing, we got a tiny pull to the left. We got one lap pretty much to go here. Dig it into that spot again, that's perfect like that. Let that rear end kind of sink into that hole and the drive just kind of pull us through it. Long distance driver, there we go. We got a new milestone for that. Car likes to downshift a little extra, I think because there's no ABS. The brake balance is very good, and I mean, this is honestly set up amazingly well. Car handles just beautifully. Don't cut here. Keep it on the gravel. Don't cut the corners. It's pretty rough. Maybe we'll try sticking a little bit more right. That seems to be the move. Stick it to the right over here. Oh boy, we're sideways too much. Use that power a little bit there to help pull us out of it. Survived, that's the good news. So now we're pretty much onto the easy part. Oh, I say that as we go two wheels. Managed to land though. And get it finished finally. 6:16. Holy cow, let's see. Let me know, guys, down in the description if you've tried this one here, mixed marathon, and what your time was. I want to know where I would land. Like, this is, I wouldn't say quite as hard as the rally itself. Like, the rally, to me personally, the cars have just too much rear end looseness. You know, they need looseness in the rear end to help you slide and drift, but it's way too much. But here, this car felt very balanced, maybe a smidgen looser, and the rear wouldn't be too bad, but there was times to where it really was kind of good where it was at. So it's not too bad. I mean, the brake balance, everything like that, it just held great. Hit the brakes while cornering, it didn't kind of understeer too hard, more understeer, but there wasn't like a whole lot of oversteer. I'm thoroughly impressed with how this car handled. That gave us 12,500 right there, pulling us to 135,000 credits and getting us up to 4715 total experience in the BMRA there, with 28 vouchers because we got all 4 stars that were available. And yeah, here we could see best lap of 2 minutes 2 seconds. I did do a faster lap in one of the previous runs at 2 minute 1.15. I think maybe it was 2.2, 2 minutes 2 seconds 1.5. I don't know. You guys can go back, scrub the video there, see what you see. With that, I think this is overall good. Considering our ending there, we could have been a little bit quicker. Probably could have had a 6:15, 6:14. Not a whole lot of difference. You know, maybe I could get a 6-minute flat if I really nailed on into it, but that was awesome. That got us a lot for experience and the money and everything. So, love that. We get the Glasgow City Tour as well. That's going to give us 16,000 credits. Let's go. Let's go. Doing that in our car would not have worked great. We would have been spinning those front wheels everywhere. I am speeding. Speed dimming. There we go. We got a accident forgiveness there, I see. Oh, and we do have some milestones. Let's go grab those real quick. So 82 stars from any challenges. 215 kilometers total distance driven so far. And we've done that rollover right there. So that gave us a good bit of extra credits. We're up to 141,000. I want to be, I think I said 150. We can do this other one here and get it done relatively quickly, but I don't know. See if we can go down over here to the city tour real quick. That's probably going to be 3 long laps as well. One ahead of us is really hitting the brakes heavy there. They're all churning, so I'll just go ahead. Kind of cruise here a little bit. We need to get our lights on. Lights will turn on shortly. Starting to be a little bit relaxed here, but I kind of want us to get there and so we can hopefully get the P series that I really want to grab. And the cruise control is kind of doing some funny stuff there. And I'm burning out our clutch there. Alright, they claim this is a very high difficulty. I honestly did not look at what the other one's supposed difficulty was. So we got the ATK 800 series, or we could use our vehicle. 8 minutes 45 seconds total time. But again, this is going to give us a massive amount of money. I mean, 3,200 plus 4,800, that's 3 plus 5, that's 8, 16,000 credits. Yeah. And if we can get under 4 minutes, 20 seconds for a lap, which we should be able to do because I think this is what, 2 laps? If it's 2 laps, I could see 8 minutes 45 seconds. Then yeah, it looks like 2 laps down at the bottom. I was looking for where they moved that. So 2 laps around the city. We're gonna make sure we have traction control and Sport Plus. That'll be definitely a lot looser. We'll go into Sport mode. First person. Turn this on so you can see our dash. It is all in kilometers per hour, but that's okay. Normally don't have to brake while going into the tunnel, but I also don't come up that side of the ramp usually, so. And I nailed the curb there a little bit. Whoa. Just about hit that pole. I mean, I honestly about had a heart attack with that one. There we go, though. I don't think we got ABS in this car either. I don't see it flashing at all. I'm gonna hold it onto the inside so that we don't risk crashing there. Now we get a little bit of high speed as we go all the way down, and then I imagine we'll get off before we hit the tunnel there. But we could possibly go into the tunnel, but I think we're gonna get off and take a left. Okay, we hit our speed limiter at 156, 155. Just a little bump there. I could see that was going to happen. Hopefully, it feels like maybe steering got messed up, but I'm going back and forth, so it's hard to say. Yeah, it feels like there's a small pull to the right there. I'll hold on here. Ooh, getting a little loose there. Yeah, a little bit of a pull to the right here. A little bit too quick over that section. So that's kind of where I want it to be. A little bit of a slide around. Like we were just a little bit behind, 3 seconds behind on that one. See if I can maintain good timing around it here. slight tap there. A little bit of a hiccup there, that kind of threw me off. Oh boy. And then our bumper is dragging now. I don't think we're gonna get that time now. I don't know what that hiccup was, what was loading or unloading. In fact, I'm kind of curious. Nothing. Nothing here. Yeah, interesting. Does that cost us a good few seconds there? We're gonna give it a shot anyway. I already went this far. Just gonna have to push a little bit harder, try to be more sharp with it here. Say that, and then doing some lawn mowing, and I'm pretty sure left rear is, yeah, crooked. Third person here, we'll see what we can do, but I don't think this is gonna go great. Top speed's definitely gonna be cut. Braking is cut down. Yeah, there's no way. Okay. The game can not do a hiccup spike like that in the middle of this. I'd be okay. Turn on those as well. Man, that section is just tough to get right there. Last try. If I can't get it, we're gonna go grab that T-Series anyway. I don't want this to be the entirety of the episode, and yeah, I think I can get her though. Just gotta keep this hooked left so we can kind of snake in here nicely. Got over to the outside here. I'm talking myself through this kind of helps a little bit. Hit that curve a little bit. That's okay. Gotta take her here. Using that throttle to help pull that rear end around as we exit the corners. So I'm going in a little bit quick, but then the exit, I just use that throttle to help straighten her out, so to speak. Or just about hitting that pole again. Very conveniently placed there. Now I'll hold her flat and I'll try to go through here. There we go. I have a very slight pull to the right. I don't know how I managed to get that, but I know the steering is a little bit sensitive in these cars to getting just a touch out of tune. So I'm pretty much not steering and we're holding that way. I wanted to try and get on over this side a bit more. Wait just a hair longer on the exit here, I know that. Probably from hitting a curb or something with that tire, but there we go. Too hot. Try to let go of the steering, but I got no steering in my front right now. So now you detect an impact, not the one that did that to the wheel. Oh man, well that was a good attempt. We'll have to try that again another time. That is very high on the difficulty, okay, I'll admit. A little higher than the other one. Okay, I'm gonna go, let's do this, we'll make this really quick. Okay, there we go. I don't recall, did I buy the other? I may have completely forgotten if I've done that, so I should have looked up here to see. We have 0 slots free, so we can't do that. So even though we have the 141,000, what do I want to do? Let's go ahead. We'll zip on over there real quick. Put me out of it there for a second. There we go. Purchase is how much? 75? We'll do it. We'll at least get the Chinatown overflow, so we can do that. Hop back out here. There we go. Okay. Turn on my flashlight. Yeah. Nothing you can really do here, so to speak, but go back across the street real quick. And maybe we'll do something with the AW. I want to try and keep that. Well, that's kind of the way it is, honestly. I do maybe a little something, but I wanted to make it as a fuel efficiency type of a car. But there is fun stuff that can be done pretty much with any car, really. But yeah, with that car, definitely. Let's go ahead and pull out the old AW here. The A&W. Fish and chips. No, I was thinking of something else. The root beer float car. Maybe we should paint it brown. I don't know. The root beer float car. That would be kind of funny. I don't know why it put up so far forward, though. Maybe we can do something with, like, turbocharging it or something there to try and help. Give us some power ability. I'm not sure. Tires, maybe? I'm not very sure. Let's go ahead and take a quick look on in here and see what we may be able to do. Yeah, we get the Cabrio or the hatchback. So what do you do in the hatchback here? Let's go ahead and do some support parts and stuff. Of course, it's going to start the motor on us. I don't like that it does that, but what do we do? And we still got the sport tires. We'll leave those. Sport sway bar. Rear struts. Probably go for sport. Did that? I can't recall if that ever really lowered it or not. Let's crouch a little bit to try and take a look. No. Let's turn it to day. There we go. What about race? It like barely does anything. Yeah, so that's just not worth it to me. Could make it all-wheel drive, but that's going to be less fuel efficient. Fender, and we can do really like cuts and stuff. Front fascia, nothing really there to be done. Driver's seat, to put in a racing driver's seat, that'd be lighter. Maybe, I think maybe what I will do, save this one. Oh no, I'm really unsure of like what I want to do. But let's go ahead and get these stripped doors and stuff like that. Try and get some stuff that'll be a little bit lighter here. Bumper wise, nothing really happens. We got the carbon fiber hood tailgate. We couldn't do anything with that. Tailgate glass just tinted. That's right. So where is front left door? Front right door. Stripped. We got that. Where's the front left door? I mean, it's there. Oh, must have hit the caps lock at some point. Strip the front left door as well, so we get a little bit of weight from that. And then, yeah, there's nothing too much that we can do with that. I think that's really about as far as that's going to go. And then as far as the engine, the adjustable race will also put up the idle, which will mess with that. Performance block, I think, is going to cause that to be a bit more of a hindrance as well to do that. Got our tone intake, but put in a stage 2 turbocharger, so it's not so big and heavy and hard to hit with that. I think we'll be alright there. Let's go with an ultralight flywheel as well, so acceleration will be easier. Probably do a limited slip differential here. I think that's going to be pretty good there. Dashboard. That's regular. Yeah, okay. So that ought to be fine there. We'll also go on over to our other car. See if I can change the dashboard here. No. Gauges. There we go. V6 180 kilometer per hour. Kilometers per hour is all we get, huh? Really? Imprecise warning. Yes, we don't have anything we can do with that, unfortunately. So, looks like that is where we're going to be with that. I'm curious to see what this thing does. It has a stage 2 turbocharger with a tiny little motor that was nothing great before. But we're also a lot lighter now. At least I believe it would be. Feels like it wants to rev up higher though. But I think we're okay to leave it like that. Always takes a little bit to kind of like load getting out of the vehicle there. It's kind of interesting. Okay, well, we want to get a T-Series ideally, but we only have 58,000 now after unlocking the garage there. Which it would have been 150,000 for the other one. It would have left us nothing. And I really didn't want to buy that Chinatown, but I think that's just an ideal thing. And right now, as far as T-Series goes, this is what we got. So 96,000 for an upfit frame, or the dump bed for 120. So definitely going to have to get into some of those other missions there. But yeah, I don't foresee that really happening too easily. So what else can we do? I mean, I want something that I can use to kind of, be bluntly honest, kind of cheese that a little bit. But I want it to be something good too. Could go for an ETK, for example. Apparently that's an AW, so that must be based off of an ETK chassis of some kind. I'm guessing the older K series or I series. Yeah, we got these guys here. So like we got the PDX Sport 550 with a dual clutch transmission, 550 horsepower, 23,000. Even if that were IRL, that would be kind of a, yeah, 270,000 miles. But it's BeamNG, the car's not going to blow a rod right out. It's just, you know, going to idle a little rough. That's about all. So, you know, we're hitting that time of day thing again. I'm in the search menu, so I couldn't. There we go. So yeah, for the ETK again down here, we were. Yeah, we're gonna go get this. Oh, not that one. Lagged a little bit on the scroll there. We're gonna get this one. Yeah. Yeah, 23,700. Oh, howdy, that's gonna be awesome. So let's go. My vehicles. We'll put away the other two we have right now. Let's see, actually. Let's do a quick performance assessment here on the AW. Yeah, just a couple of minutes, so we might have just enough time to watch this thing go down really slow. It does use that arcade style shifting instead, so that's why it went to second there. That really didn't help. Does this also tell us how much horsepower we get? I mean, that seems pretty fair for a little tiny thing. 18.2? That's actually pretty good. I would argue that's pretty dang good. And we can see that orange bar has come back again. So yeah, that's to deal with the assessment here. We had 96 horsepower. Wow. I actually had a car one time that was probably about this same as this guy is, which it weighs in at what here? Doesn't tell us weight, does it? No. Power to weight of 102 horsepower per 1,000 kilograms. So this is probably around the 950 kilograms, which would be a. This is pretty much exactly the same as far as performance and weight of the car that I've previously owned. Tires probably could be a little bit better. Match that. I was running 205s on that one that I was running. 215s, can't quite remember, but that's all done. Go ahead, put that in storage, put that in storage. We can retrieve our absolute steel here. And what I want to do is tires. We have Sport Plus 2R and Super Sport and Sport Cup 2Rs. 275/35 Sport Cup 2Rs. Ooh, those things are gonna be good. Hey, oh, it did happen. I got stuck in the damn pole again. So, that pole really frustrates me that I got stuck in that. Yeah, they don't look any different. These are gonna be the front tires. Put it back into there. And so, yeah, these tires ain't too bad. Sport Cup 2R. Should do pretty good here. Go ahead and grab them for the rear. 345/35s. Why does it show orange on all of those? What do we even have in the rear here? Doesn't even really show us. So we had 275/35s in the front. So that doesn't really show in here. 315/30 is what we were at. Yeah, this might be a challenge. 345 35s. I don't know that we're going to actually get these to match without getting our rims up in the front here. Getting pretty close to ending here, but I want to make sure I get these wheels set up for us for next time. So y'all could see how this thing does, hopefully getting through those very well. So let's see, there's front wheels. We got rear wheels. 19 by 12. Okay, so I want to put the 19 by 12s in the front. It might alter the balance of the car a little bit, but you got to go way on down here. Let's see. 19 by 12. Keep going. There we go. The clockwise wheels. We don't have the ETKs in here. It's going to have to be a little bit different, I guess. We'll just run that. 19 by 12 clockwise front wheels. We'll have to do those in the rear to make it look okay. I'll just do this. Easy to scroll up from the bottom. 19 by 12. Yeah, a little bit of a bug, I think, is what that is there. And these are the clockwise wheels as well. I don't think they look as good as the stock ETK wheels, to be completely honest, but that'll allow us to run our tires, right? No. That is strange, because it did show up on difference there. So I'm going to have to play with this a little bit, but I'm going to end the episode here. I'll come back the next episode with the tires straightened out. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more BeamNG content, go ahead and subscribe. You can also scroll down through the description. I've got my Discord linked there, all the mods linked, and a couple of other YouTubers in case I am not quite the issue is looking to have scratched or something like that. Whatever the phrase might be. Or maybe you just look for more content. But either way, guys, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. Take care. Bye-bye.